This one Medicare mistake can continue to smack you in the face until you realize what you're doing. Hey guys, I'm Amy Plano. I'm the reimbursement dietitian, and I have been billing Medicare for a shit ton of time. In fact, I've been billing Medicare since 2008. And today I wanted to share a story that really hit home for us, and it might hopefully help you guys prevent a very similar mistake. Okay. So as you guys know, I run a group private practice. We are a hybrid practice. All dietitians do both in-person and offer telehealth appointments. And today I was going through a claim for a particular patient who we had switched providers. So they had been seeing one provider for a while. The provider left. And so then we rescheduled him with a new provider. This was a Medicare Advantage plan. This was a Medicare UHC plan, to be specific. Today, I was reviewing with my team the denials like I do every week. And for some reason, I could not for the life of me figure out why this claim was getting denied. I looked at previous claims for this patient. I confirmed, obviously, that the provider we had the patient seeing was in network with both UHC and Medicare. I looked at the billing codes. They were the exact same ones we had used on previous visits. But what's interesting was I noticed the CPT code. The dietitian had noted this correctly for her as an initial visit. But remember, at the beginning of the story, I told you guys that the patient had seen another provider in my practice. So this was not their first visit. It was an initial assessment with the particular dietitian in my practice. It just wasn't an initial assessment in general. Okay. Why that is significant is, if you don't know this already, Medicare patients only receive a once in a lifetime 97802. And this patient I had personally seen probably 5 to 7 years ago. And so we obviously then billed with 97802. And we weren't thinking, because this was an initial assessment for this dietitian. So on her day sheet, she documented it perfectly, but Medicare will deny any additional 97802s beyond that first visit. So it wasn't a hard fix, right? So the fix was we just rebuild it as a 97803 for the appropriate units, and sent it off, and it will be fine. But it was a really good kind of aha moment, because I was sitting there for like 5 minutes, could not figure out for the life of me why this claim was getting denied when it looked exactly identical to the ones before, but the CPT code was different. And while many insurance companies will allow multiple uses of 97802, Medicare has a hard and fast rule that it is a once in a lifetime. And so I just wanted to give you that little tidbit. If you're somebody like me who reviews all of the denials, and rather than have to call Medicare after about 5 minutes of staring at it with my big old glasses on, I was able to determine that. So the moral of this story for everybody is Medicare patients get a once in a lifetime billing code of 97802. So it is important for you guys to know, did another provider bill that code? And if they did, you have your answer for the denial if everything else looks correct on that claim. So if you guys like this video and you found it helpful, I would love if you subscribe below, because every single week we deliver killer tips, guidelines, in real life stories of a group coaching. I'm sorry, even though I do group coaching, I also run a group practice. So my goal is to do more kind of aha moments this year on the YouTube channel. so you guys can kind of have clarity in real time versus true educational stuff. So I hope you guys like this video. I'll try to do more of them while we're in the moment to support you guys. But Medicare patients, big mistake I see you guys making and me billing for multiple 97802s.